Hello, in this video I'll be demonstrating how you can mod Minecraft Dungeons, and I use the Xbox app to get Minecraft Dungeons, and you can also transfer it to Xbox for the Steam version or the other versions of the game. You'll have to watch another tutorial. I don't know how to do that. And this is for MCDSaveEdit, so I'll be including the link and my Reddit post where I explained it with text in the description. So click on that link in description and you'll see this page. You're going to want to download MCDSaveEdit, and then you're going to go to your File Explorer, or if you're on Mac, whatever your equivalent of File Explorer is, and you're going to want to open it. So Minecraft Dungeons Save File Editor, it really is easy. So if you don't already have Minecraft Dungeons installed, you'll need to install it with the Xbox Store on PC, and then go and make a character. I already have characters, so I can already do that. So File, Open, then you just go through the string of text characters, string of text, which should have your character as a DAT file. And if there's multiple characters, you'll have to find the right one. Let's say we open our character. Now all this may seem a little overwhelming. Let's break it down. So to start, if you go to one of these tabs, you won't see the plus icon if you don't go to one of these tabs, it won't be there. So if you go to plus on for say melee, press plus, and let's go over the UI. So this you can get rid of if you don't need to show it as new, it's useless. You can change the item by clicking on the icon, and you basically have every item, including the DLCs and the event items like Bonehead Hammer. Then you can change the level. There is a cap to damage, so you can't do 99999 for infinite damage. And then you can change the rarity to whatever you want. Make it upgraded, which has this little thing. I'll show you. So upgraded was a removed feature of the game. I don't recall what it did, but it'll show this on your item. I personally use it for sorting. Like if I have a gear, for instance, we go here and go to my melees. I have a prospector pickaxe with more prospector. So I just make it upgraded because it's the original form, but upgraded. You can do whatever you want there. You can also make it gifted, but then you can't gift it to people, and there's no reason to do this. So to guild it, if you want to gift an item to someone and have a high level enchantment, you have to use a guild. So you can give it pain cycle, make it level 10, and you have to click on the text box if you want a high level. If you make it like level 0 and manually click up, it maxes out at 3. Which is weird, because if you take it to a higher level like 10, you can manually click it lower down to 3, but you can't go back up, which is strange. And if you want to get rid of it, which only recently I discovered you could do, press the X. And then here, you press on these slots to apply enchantments. Click on one of the slots. Now it is a little weird. Like you see right here, if I click on this slot, it looks like I clicked the bottom one. But if I apply an enchantment, it's the top right. So if you want like specifically placed ones, try to click near the corners of them. It's better. So once you have an enchantment, you can manually enchant it with a high level. And this will actually take away from your enchantment points, as you can see at the top here. If I make this thing an insanely high level, it'll start going negatives and positives and weird stuff. Or you can just leave it empty, because you don't have to enchant it. Now, it is very inconvenient to scroll through this. Eventually get used to it. It's an alphabetized list. Some things are in the wrong spot, like H in the A's, or rush being up here in the F's. It's not perfect, but you do have some unreleased ones, such as, well, not unreleased, but unreleased and normally not applied to normal. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. My dad is just, anyways. So this is on the Starless Knight. This is on the Shadow Crossbow and Veil Crossbow. So you can have these on any weapon you want, which is pretty convenient. And then you have, this may seem like it's unreleased, but it's actually on the Bubble Burster and one other bow I can't recall. And then you have the unreleased ones like Regeneration and where would it be? Shielding. So you gotta slow down to S, Shielding, unreleased. Not sure how I missed that one. Yeah, I'd recommend using this because as you scroll, it's really rough. It's kind of hard to find things. This is smooth. You can enchant it, change the level. Pretty simple. If you want to change the enchantment, you click on this icon here. So that's how you make an item. Don't press transfer to storage or transfer to inventory from storage, that will crash it immediately. You can change your level, but there is a cap. I think 2676 is where I found a maximum. And really intuitive from here, except for the spine chill spear. For some reason, it doesn't know how to process that and makes it this icon. It still is a spine chill spear, and it'll work in the game, but it'll show you this. You don't have to change it because every time you restart the editor, it'll just show that icon. Then you can mess with your emeralds. Now, emeralds and gold and eyes. You can make these whatever level you want, but there is a limit. I only got high emeralds from salvaging a ton of things. But if you want to get this high, just basically because level makes higher emeralds, you can just make yourself an item, any kind of item, make it a super high level, go into the game and salvage it. Don't go over the 21-bit integer limit, which is a little over 2 billion. Otherwise, it'll go into the negatives. As you can see, the 21-bit integer. I don't know why it's showing me that. No, that's not what it showed at first. There it is. So this number, 2.1 billion. Once you go past that, it will reset the negatives. These are stat counters. These are not useful at all, aside from the fact that you can change things like how many of... Okay, there's a lot. I don't really know which ones are, like redstone monstrosities or golems for the village merchants. So you don't have them all. Like you need to kill a certain amount of powerful mobs. You can do that here by increasing the number. I don't know if you can change the amount of enchanted mobs you've killed, because yeah, I don't think you can. I don't know, they're weird. This is all weird. I don't know why they show it. And then for storage, my storage chest is broken. If I try to make a new item, it will not appear. I don't know why. I can modify the items, but I can't create them, which is just strange. I have a sorting system. You can see you got troll items are 69, upgraded items, bunch of freezing stuff, level 10. Level 20 is when it directly works with the item, like it kind of needs the item to work, like a mechanized saw blade has a glitch, which I won't get into. 100 is a god item, and 30 is just anything that does not involve the item itself. You don't need to sort, but you can if you want. That's generally how it works. Once you've modified what you want, you press File, Save, and then you can close it. Open Minecraft Dungeons, and you have your character. If you want to upload it to Xbox, you gotta upload the character and then download it on Xbox. But overall, it's relatively simple, really not complicated. Now, I could get into the Reddit post about all of these things. You know, I'll do that, why not? This is an extra segment in case you want me to cover everything. I'll open... Do I need MCD? I don't really need MCDSaveEdit for this. But I guess I can have it open just in case. So, this is... Oh, I don't know why I'm editing it. That's weird. A lot of stuff. This is all you need, really. This is what I told you about. Pretty simple. And then don't press transfer to storage or your inventory crashes. How to upload it. The integer limit. So I basically talked about that. Now, as for all of this stuff, this is basically just things I have found that aren't told to you. So I can just cover them real quick, I suppose. And I'll obviously link it in the description so you can read this yourself. Don't do these or they will crash. So either of these, like if you make an overcharge over level 3 and press the RT button to charge it, or whatever button you use to charge, or accelerate, it'll immediately crash your game. So don't do that. Which is weird, is you can stack multiple accelerates. If you have one accelerate, it's 12% like normal. 2 accelerates, it's still 12, but then 3 accelerates, it's 19%. I don't know how accelerate works. It's weird. And Lucky Explorer, it depends on your system. Like for me on Xbox Series S, I can probably get away with Lucky Explorer 300. If it triggers once, it'll really lag, but not crash. If you were to do 500, it would crash. If you were to do 1,000, it doesn't matter what you're playing on, you're going to crash the moment it triggers. And don't go too fast. You could have like 150, which might lag a little, but if you go super fast and it triggers 10 times, your game's going to crash. Then these will crash, like if you leave them running for a while. Prospector, I got to change that because this is actually maxed around 100, as it says here. I edit this all the time, so if you want frequent updates, just check this Reddit post. But food reserves and surprise gift will really quickly generate a ton of potions and food items. So over time they will build up and eventually might crash your game. I've never seen it crash because I don't want it to do that, and it takes a long time. Like you can leave it running for 1 minute and it still won't crash. I just said long time and then said 1 minute, so I guess it's not really accurate, but who cares? And then all of these do not improve over level 3. And I haven't tested all of them for stacking. I've tested these for stacking. I think Beast Surge also doesn't stack, but I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like how do you tell a slight increase in mob or ally mob attack speed? It's just weird. But all of these I have stacked multiple of, and they don't do a thing. And Luck of the Sea, it's hard to know how it works. I've done Luck of the Sea, 12 Luck of the Seas, which is on every guild and enchantment at level 3. I didn't get a high chance of uniques really. Seemingly, I mean, it's random, so you can't really do it unless you do a ton of experience. Experiment. So Luck of the Sea, not sure how it works, and you can't max it out or anything. It's weird. And then, as I said, I don't really know the exact number because I've done 50 and it seems to give the same amount as 100. 150 definitely gives the same amount as 100, so I don't know where the max really is, but there's a max for sure. You can't do 1,000 and get a ton of emeralds. So Death Barter goes to -50 if you get over level 3. Past that, it keeps going to the negatives. It's weird. Echo and View Shot, these, if you have over level 5, they just stop. It's pretty simple the way it works. So if you go to, I really use the wiki a ton. It helps a lot with my, like, knowing what to do and how to stack things and what level. So you could see over level 6. So level 4 is going to be 2 seconds. Level 5, 1 second. Level 6, 0 second. It will never do it. And then Fuse Shot, every 0th shot will be an arrow. And obviously that's no shot. No shot. So Dipping Poison, I made it like level 2000 and seemingly it was above the maximum for the bow. It did not trigger. I don't know if it was because of bugging or just because it hit the max and wouldn't let me do it. But I'm pretty sure it's just because it goes more than your maximum. And then these, it took a lot of testing to figure these out. So these levels, basically, once you hit 100% speed reduction, it'll stop the mobs. But if you go past that, it'll actually speed them up. And I don't know how it works, but like they stop moving and that somehow messes with their code and they don't do an attack animation, but they really fast hit you. And even one of these, like under these levels, will still do it on a boss. So if they're attacking slow enough, they'll still rapid fire attack you, which is pretty funny actually. I have a weapon, a cackling broom designed to do that for other players. So like if they're mailing the boss, I hit them and then they get knocked out really fast. These, pretty much same thing. Fuse Shot cancels out if you have 2 because the game doesn't know how to give you 2 fuse shots. So it decides to give you none. And Pain Cycle, basically it just goes past the level. So if you have like 3, it'll get 3 stacks and then it'll give you another 3 stacks and reset to 0. I don't know why it does it with 2 stacks, but regardless, over 1, it does not work. And then Swift-Footed, it like makes your legs stop moving and then slows you down a bit, makes you slide more. It's weird. Level 100 is fast. Level 50 is moderately fast, where you don't fall half the map. 250 I've done, doesn't seem to make too much of a difference from 100. Like, you can get faster, but it takes acceleration. I don't know why. Tempo Theft, no fucking clue how this works. I've done a lot of testing. I've done stacking it more past level 3, like stacking multiple past level 3 or under level 3. It's just weird. Just do level 3 if you want it to work. Don't do anything else. And this one's weird. So if you do 3 charges, it'll give you all 3 charges instead of like 6 or 9 charges. So that's normal, but then you fire it and it'll take away 1 shot of the charge, of artifact charge per stack. So if you have 3 artifact charges, it'll give you the 3 charges without having to charge your bow, as it does. But then you fire it and all of those charges go away. If you have 2, it'll take away 2 charges, and I'm not sure what it does on the next shot, probably just a normal arrow. Then I already mentioned this. Now for the other things. Yeah, burst bowstring only works on melee or armor. If you put the burst bowstring on the actual crossbow, it does not work. But it does have all the effects of the things, and it's pretty cool if you make it a high level because it fires at a lot of enemies. Chains affects infinite enemies when leveled up. So it says it only increases the duration or the amount of mobs, but actually, it says only duration in the description on the wiki, but it increases the amount of mobs. Generation, kind of strange. Like if you make it level 1 or level 3, it'll give you 1 health. If you make it level 999, it gives you 2,000 health. So it doesn't actually heal you the right amount. Unless you are a really low level, then it'll be helpful, I guess. Dynamo, if you have a ton of dynamo, like 4 stacks, that means 1 roll will give you 4 stacks of dynamo. Which means if you make a build that has 10 across multiple armor pieces, you roll once, and then you'll get half your stacks, roll again, you're at full, which is really fun with an anchor. Roll twice, hit it, roll twice again, hit it. Tons of dynamo, it's really fun. So this one, I don't know how it works either, but if you fire insanely fast with a crossbow, you just won't lose arrows with only Infinity 3. Seems to be around a level 1000, but depends on the crossbow. Like a heavy crossbow fires slower than a rapid crossbow. And level 1000 is roughly for rapid, so probably 2000 or something for heavy. There is a max though. I did try around level 10,000. It did not fire any faster than 1000. I don't know what the max is. I don't know why like this does this. It's kind of stupid. Even poison or fire at level 1 will do 5 or 10 times the normal damage it's supposed to do, which is kind of annoying. Can't make a flaming bow with modded stuff. And then these, pretty self-explanatory as well. You just don't take hits from fire from anything aside from fall damage or falling off the void, not even phantoms, which is really helpful. It also works with barrier, but I did note down here it's different. Barrier actually kills you, so I found that strange. Like if it was high enough and you got hit and you were not full health, it would heal you. That's kind of cool. And this only works because you look at the wiki, reliable ricochet, when you do a charge shot, it's guaranteed ricochet off 3 mobs. So if you're not doing a charge shot like burst bowstring or on a crossbow, it will not work. So only do ricochet. And if you want to always ricochet, do a high level. This is very strange. It took so much testing to figure it out, but a level 7 shadow crossbow or a bow with shadow shot, power 40,000 exactly. Maybe not exactly, but 50,000 didn't work. And 30,000 was too weak. I think it scales like with the level. The damage increases with the level of the bow. 50,000 didn't increase over 40. And 30 was less. So just try 40, maybe 45. I don't know. You can test on your own. But basically, once you get the shadow form, and you don't really even need the shadow bow. I just realized you can... Okay, now that I think about it, I could do that on an armor and just use a shadow shifter or a shadow brew. I gotta test that. But I did it on a shadow bow because it's a lot easier. And it can wipe a lot of enemies, which is pretty cool. Lags a little bit sometimes. So Shockwave, I test around a lot with this. And basically the higher level, faster it goes, more damage it does, and it's thinner. So level 200, you can barely see it as it flies off the screen insanely fast and one-taps mobs. Level 1, of course, is super wide. If you do one, I did one, a whirlwind with level 1, which is built in, then 10, 20, 30, 40. And it's really cool. I'd recommend doing that. You can also mess around. You like a Truth Seeker with level 200 makes it look like it's just commanding a spell of death in front of it. I like that. Heals allies. Sadly, it won't heal a bunch of people. It'll only heal one ally when you get hit or take any form of damage. But it does work with Pain Cycle, so it looks kind of cool. And I already talked about that. So this is all you really need to know. Basically, every property that just changes a statistic will only stack one time, but things that do other stuff will stack, and things like Ghost Form on Roll obviously will not stack. There's nothing that could stack. And here are my final notes. Have fun. This is my video on all my modded stuff. This one chooses 40 minutes long. And this is pretty self-explanatory. So like the sturdy shulker armor, it has deflect. Wait, actually the normal shulker armor has deflect. I don't know why I'm saying the one armor that I struggle to say, shulker armor. Sturdy shulker. It's hard to say. But like well, it depends. Like a fox armor, it shows the property being like golden, 30% chance to negate hits, but that is a property versus a built-in enchantment, such as on the stalwart with potion barrier. So if you get a stalwart armor, it will have potion barrier, regardless of the properties or the guild or what you put on it. It will have potion barrier, so keep that in mind. The only two that are unique to what they have are the sturdy shoulder armor and the... Yes, ma'am.
You want me to make this pasta?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one do you want?
The colorful one.
Want the sauce or no?
No, ma'am. Alexa, stop. Privacy does not exist, apparently. So, as I was saying and wrapping up, the only unique things are the sturdy shulker armor with the shulker bullet and the unstable robes with the explosive roll. Everything else you can put on properties or enchantments. And please, for the love of God, be creative. The amount of 13-year-olds, or even 14 or 15 or 16, who have a power rapid fire infinity multi-shot harp crossbow and says, look, I can kill someone, I'm so strong. Shut up. Have you even made a shadow blast nuke? Have you even made a really unique build combination? No, do something interesting, please. You can test stuff. You can give yourself something that takes a long time to grind for and you don't want to do that. You can just do whatever, but please don't just make generic things and then act like you're the king of modding, okay? I've seen that too often, and it's cringy and it's stupid. So be creative, have fun, and I hope you enjoyed. Adios.